Hey guys, it's Liv and I'm back with another video. Today we're going to be repotting our fresh imports that we received last week from Ecuagenera into a chunky mix. They are currently in this sphagnum moss, as you can tell, and for me, they're ready to be potted up. So let's get started. So the items that we're going to be using today is my repotting mat. If you don't have one, that's fine. You can use like cardboard, whatever you can to prevent having a large mess. We're also going to use a chunky mix, and this can be made up of your own. I did make this up today. This is Orchid Bark, Perlite, Coco Coir, and Fox Farm soil. And I also have my clear pots. I have two of them because we're going to be doing two plants. So first we're going to start with my Melanochrysum. They're both in soil, so I'm just going to slide this out of the pot to see what we're working with here. Depending on the root ball, that's kind of how you want to determine when you want to repot your fresh imports. What you want to look for is primary roots as well as secondary roots. So I'll show you an example here in just a second because this plant actually does have primary and secondary roots. So it is okay to be repotted. Try to get as much of this sphagnum moss off as possible. And you may lose some roots while you're doing this as well. That just kind of comes with the territory. It's nothing to be afraid of. So, let me get up here and show you. So, this big root, long root here, would be the primary root, and these smaller roots that break off would be your secondary roots. So, a good rule of thumb or a keynote when you're repotting imports or any plant that has just been cut is to make sure it at least has some secondary roots as well to make the process of transporting your plant into whatever medium you're going to be putting it in as easy as possible. Okay, so we got a pretty good amount of the sphagnum moss off, which is what you want. There are a few dead roots, but I'm not seeing much root rot. So I'm gonna put this to the side. It came in this great pot, but I'm gonna use a clear pot. Another good rule of thumb for choosing your pot size is you usually want to go about 1 to 2 inches bigger than the root ball. This one I'm okay with. This is probably the smallest size I have right now. I've used on actually I may have a smaller size, but I kind of want to put this in a bigger one because I think it'll do fine in the chunky mix. So that's what we're going to use here today. So I think this is either a 5-inch. I think this is a 5-inch if I'm not mistaken. So I'm just going to move this moss out of the way. I'm going to bring up my chunky mix. And I'm going to add a little bit of that chunky mix, about 1/3 of the way full in the pot before I insert my plant and backfill. And then I'm going to just place my plant into the pot and backfill. every so often just to make sure sure we get that soil all the way around those roots. Alright, so as you can see, I'm just tapping. A lot of the times when you do that, you'll notice that the soil level goes down, which is not a bad thing. It just lets you know you need to add a little bit more soil. So I'm just gonna top this off just a little bit more. And I'm gonna set her to the side and repot the next one. All right, so now we have our Anthurium Insigne Gigante. I'm just gonna do the same thing I did with the Melanochrysum. Just gonna remove the moss. And this one has some really good roots. Not that the other one didn't, but this one is. Loving it. These roots are actually kind of like a pinkish orangish kind of color. I'll show you guys in just a second. Let's get some more of this moss off. But this one does have primary and secondary roots again. So again, I feel comfortable with going ahead and repotting this. So let me get up here again and show you guys. Look at these pinkish orangish roots. Like, these are cute. I mean, nobody's gonna see them, but they're cute. Okay, so I do notice a little bit of browning on the roots. Not too much of like root rot though. But I am gonna go ahead and spray this with my peroxide mix just to make sure that we're trying to at least prevent any more spread, if there is any, but I'm not really seeing much. I'm just gonna go ahead and remove this sphagnum moss so that we can get ready to top this up as well. As you can see, guys, this does get a little bit messy when you're doing this, so that's why I recommend either using a repotting mat or some type of cardboard, newspaper, or something that makes cleanup a bit easier once you get to the end. Now that we've cleaned off our roots, we're going to go ahead and fill up our pot a third of the way. So about there is good. Take our plant and carefully place it in there. I'm gonna actually take a little bit of this out. I maybe need to go up a pot size, but I think it'll be okay. And then once it starts to burst at the seams, I'll go ahead and move it to another pot. But today we're gonna use this pot because I don't think I need to go up that big. And then we're just gonna backfill again. And when you backfill, you just place your plant in there. Turn it around as needed. I'm gonna set this down. I don't know why I'm holding it up. And make sure that all of your roots are fully covered. So again, we're just gonna tap, smack that pot. Our soil level is gonna go down, which is a good thing because we wanna make sure that, I'm just gonna put this in here. Make sure, that we get those roots completely covered. And soil is all the way around it. So there you have it, guys. Plants have been repotted. They're ready to go in their semi-permanent place. I'm going to go ahead and add some water to these before I place them back on my plant shelves or wherever I'm going to put them, just to make sure they get a good drink. I will keep you posted on the growth of these, just so you guys can see how they're progressing as time goes along. But I'm really excited to see how these imports do in my home, if I can keep continuing to do imports, or if I should stick to homegrown. So here is the final look at the Anthurium as well as the Melanochrysum. everything is potted up really nicely full to the top, and they are ready to grow. That's pretty much it, guys. Quick and easy, not too intimidating to do. Lights are going off, so I guess that means I gotta shut down too for the day. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.